Hello everyone! I hope you're all okay and that you've had a lovely weekend. This is my dog Rafa. So today is a special Ava Reid session, and I'm so grateful and thankful that my friend Ollie the Choc and his dad Simon Dunn, we call him Papa Choc, has helped me with this Ava Reid session. So thank you so much. So today I'm going to be reading Coco the Bean. This is by Simon Dunn and Papa Choc. So this is special, and there's also a competition that's going to be held, but details for that will be after this story. So let's begin. Coco the Bean by Simon Dunn, the Chocolatier. The wonderful world of chocolate, seen through the eyes of Coco the Bean. Deep in a Hessian sack, surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of cocoa beans, lay a very special talented chap who was different from all of those around him. He was given the gift of life. He could see, he could hear, talk, listen and think. But most of all, he is able to tell the real story about the thing we all love, chocolate. Because he is Coco the Bean. Coco came from Ghana and was grown on the Theobroma cacao tree. His life began when a flower was pollinated by hand by a cocoa farmer. The flower grew into a cocoa pod, which was cut from the tree and split open. The beans were then left to ferment under banana leaves. They were then spread out on a table and left to dry in the hot, humid rainforest sunshine. Along with lots and lots of other cocoa beans, Coco was put in a sack, ready to be sent to the chocolate factory. Coco was super lucky. He was picked as a sample of perfect cocoa bean. He was put in a clear jar on the shelf in Charlie the chocolate salesman's office at the chocolate factory. It was here he was shown off as a perfect example to all the visitors. He wasn't alone though, as there were lots and lots of cocoa beans on the shelf. But they weren't like him. One night, when everyone had gone home, he wanted to see how chocolate was made and managed to wriggle his way out of the jar, climb down the shelves, squeeze under the door, and begin his journey to the chocolate factory. It was easy to find because with every door that he went through, the wonderful smell got stronger and stronger so that he knew he was getting closer. He was only small. It took him a long time to reach the room where the chocolate was made, and by the time he did, all the workers were ready for another day's work, as if it was morning again. Coco couldn't believe his eyes. There were sacks and sacks of cocoa beans, all stacked up near the big machines. There was a man cutting open the sacks and pouring all the beans into the machine. Coco didn't like what he could see. All of the beans were being crushed into tiny pieces called nibs, which looked painful, but he remembered he was so different from all of them. Happy that the beans couldn't feel anything, he wanted to get a closer look. As he leant over the machine, he saw the big roller, but he slipped and fell into the machine. He was now in danger of being crushed with all the other beans, so he began running away from the big roller, but he wasn't getting anywhere. He knew that there was only one way out, which was to jump as high as he could, and after 2 attempts, he managed to jump right out of the machine to safety on the ground. He was exhausted and decided to keep away from these machines. He found a safe place standing on the scales in the chocolate factory. He watched as the crushed nibs went through the meshes, which made them even smaller. They were mixed with sugar and milk, passed through more rollers, then pressed into a smooth paste, which was now stirred and heated to create our wonderful, silky milk chocolate. The machine squirted the liquid chocolate out onto a moving plastic conveyor belt, which led onto a cooling tunnel to let the small chocolate drops set into milk chocolate buttons. Yum. Ever curious, he climbed into one of the cardboard boxes and began another adventure. In the warehouse at the chocolate factory, the boxes were loaded onto a big truck. He was so excited to see what would happen next. The truck delivered the chocolate boxes at a chocolatier's shop. Coco climbed out of the cardboard box and couldn't believe his eyes. There were so many different things being made here out of chocolate. He wanted to stay to find out how. He stood on a small chocolate machine and watched the chocolatier begin melting the chocolate buttons and start filling the chocolate machines. The chocolatier was making lots of different posh chocolates, which were put into fancy boxes. He also made chocolate lollipops with names and funny messages written on them, and nice shapes like bunnies, motorbikes, even frogs. Coco even saw the chocolatier make a chocolate egg. This really made him chuckle. It made Coco really happy when mums, dads, boys and girls came into the shop. There was something all for them. Dad had a solid domino and Mum had some pretty chocolates with nice patterns on them, and a little boy had a chocolate motorbike, and his sister was very happy with a pink chocolate teddy. Coco was really curious to find out more about chocolate, but how would he get back to the factory? Luckily, whilst he was in the shop, he heard a familiar voice. He recognised this from the factory. It was Charlie, the chocolate salesman, who was calling to see the chocolatier to ask if he wanted to buy more chocolate. Not to miss the chance of a trip back to the factory and to learn more, Coco ran across the floor and managed to climb into Charlie's bag. Just as he was finishing his coffee and saying goodbye, ready to return to the chocolate factory. Happily, back safe and sound, on the shelf in Charlie's office, Coco noticed a jar next to him, which was labelled odd beans. There were beans of all shapes and sizes in there. Not perfect, just like him. Yeah. He chuckled to himself as some of them looked really fun. Then, suddenly, he saw one of the beans moved. At first, he thought he was dreaming, as he was very tired, because he'd had such a busy day. He shouted, "Hello, is there anybody here?" And a very odd-shaped bean opened his eyes and shouted back, "Hiya, yes, it's me, Oddie." Coco yelled, "Hooray, I'm Coco. Wait until you see what happens to us." The end. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this story. But now, let's talk about the competition. So I have a feeling most of you know Ollie the Choc, the Choc Star of Cheshire. The competition I'm holding is to draw Coco the Bean and then send it to me. You can send it to ava@avachaplin.com, which is my email address, or you can go to avachaplin.com, which is my website. Go into the contact section and you can send your photo that way. When you send that to me, we will judge them here, and the winner gets an egg with Coco the Bean's face on, and they get a signed copy of Coco the Bean. And every entry gets an Ava Reed's chocolate lolly, and I've tried them. They're amazing. And the winner is announced next Sunday in the Ava Reed's Live Bedtime Story, and the deadline is Friday. I cannot wait to see your pictures. Good luck. Now, I have to say something. Ollie the Choc does the most amazing birthday parties, and I'd really recommend him. So, yeah. I hope you'll have an amazing evening, and sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Bye-bye.